Hello guys, it's Vix here, and today I did want to address a topic. Um, it's gonna be a bit controversial, but is Fortnite falling down? After releasing this great season, they potentially saved themselves from the fall. The player base was so down in the Star Wars season, it was crazy. So did Fortnite save themselves? Let's find out. During the Star Wars season, I proceeded to write a comment on a YouTube channel that talked about this issue, and I guess I could read it to give you my side of things, my perspective. But first, I wanted to talk about this great game. It started in 2017. Well, actually a bit before there, where Save the World was like a play, but then Fortnite wanted to introduce Battle Royale. Okay, and Battle Royale was a huge hit, bringing lots of new attention to the game. Player base was growing, everybody was enjoying it. Alright, now fast forward to 2000 and what was it? Chapter 2, Season 8, that almost put Fortnite in an air that did not need to be seen. Fortnite almost ended in near early 2020 because of this Chapter 2, Season 8 with the aliens and stuff. People were not enjoying the seasons. There were UFOs just beaming you down. It was crazy. Okay. Now, from then, they made their mistake. Okay. They learned from that mistake not to release like another season like that. So there are now probably 3 controversial seasons, I want to say. Yeah, there's 3 controversial seasons. And that was one of them. That almost ended Fortnite's career. But they made it back to Chapter 3, Season 1, which was I started playing in 2021. And yeah, it was a good season. It overall brought joy, and it revived Fortnite, I would say. Full Chapter 3, I wasn't disappointed by any season. I would say my favorite was obviously the Spider-Man season. I just really loved it. But yeah, could I had a more fun time? No, because I was having the most fun ever. I loved the Coney Crossroads, Daily Bugle, and everything. And then we hop into the, like, Chapter 3, Season 2, which was, like, when Stallone, I think it is, was, and they had, like, the blimps, and those were cool, too. There was not a single letdown that season, in my opinion. Then we had the trees that you could get weapons from just by growing a tree. I mean, that was an okay season. And then, yeah. Was the Crumb season in Chapter 4? I think it might have been. I don't know. But then we had Chapter 4, which bought... Chapter 4 Season 2 was obviously the best season in my opinion. Let's just go there, because I can't remember all the Chapter 4 seasons. I do know that Wilds was one, and I know that Wilds was good, and with the main pistol being added, it's such a good gun. The mud, all the bugs, there was Rumble Rooms, that was nice. But if we talk about Chapter 4 Season 2, I'm going to focus on that. That's Fortnite really at making their best season ever, in my opinion. You could get the Mythic, you could get the Kinetic Blade, you could get the Havoc Pump, which was by far the best shotgun. The Mythic one. By far, no other shotgun was beating that. It was crazy. Okay. Now, let's get to Chapter 5. The Peter Griffin season. We had the hammer pump shotgun, we had the frenzy shotgun, we had Betsy Fields, we had Peter Griffin as a boss. Pretty good season, pretty good season. The second season was Hades, the Zeus lightning bolt, which was annoying. That season was like, alright. Then we go in and we find the car season. The absolute car season, chapter 5, season 3, I think it was. I think I remember. Let me double check that real quick. And it was called... Hold on, I'm double checking. It was called Wrecked. This was a controversial season. This ultimately set the player base way down until they took the cars out of competitive. This was where cars could kill you in an instant. When you could get... Okay, this is when you could get weapons on your cars, and it would just be cars fighting cars. No skill. Just whoever has the better car. And then there was these mythic cars at like POIs. So, and one of them was super OP for like duos, OP for squads, trios. It was just really an unbalanced season. We had Nitro too, where people could run into your box and kill you with Nitro, and like shoot you into the air and kill you to fall damage with Nitro. This season was by far the most annoying season I played. And then they had such good mythics. The season could have been way better if they didn't add the cards. That's what made it a very controversial season. Now, let's go to what they did after that. Was it the mini season or did they do another thing? Was it the Fortnite OG that brought it back? Let's talk about Fortnite OG. Fortnite. Was that chapter... What came after that? I know Fortnite kind of redeemed himself. Sorry, it's hard to remember these chapters off the top of my head. It was... Oh, it was the Dr. Doom season, which was like, alright. That's why I probably wouldn't remember it, but it revived Fortnite a bit. It was a good season. It was a good season, I'm gonna say. And then, I think I completely skipped that Fortnite OG was like the peak of season 1. The chapter 2 Fortnite was OG, like, alright, people were like pretty cool with it and stuff. Then we go into chapter 6, season 1, where we get like a mid season. Nothing to it really. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say it was mid. It was pretty good. The Ford mask and all of that. Okay, then we go to chapter 6 to season 2, which was... Yo, I'm struggling remembering these. But that season was... Sorry, I'm struggling to remember these off the top of my head. Okay. It was the Lawless. It was the Lawless season with the vaults and stuff. That was a unique idea. That was cool and everything. But then, what set Fortnite down and made this just a mid-season and overall just... It was the point to the first time Fortnite has not added ammo boxes. It was just blasters and stuff. And there was like ships that could just run around and destroy you. It was so annoying. Chapter 6, Season 3, most controversial, I would say. In my opinion. I really wasn't enjoying this. That's where I think I wanted to take a break. But I had to make content. I had to do something. There was no tournaments at end this season. Almost tore the whole Fortnite player base down. That's all I'm going to say. It's the lowest it's ever been. Ranked games took forever. And you can just see the player base hitting its lowest. But then we hit Chapter 6, Season 4, which is the season we're in right now. Which I gotta say was pretty good season with the Supernova POI, Utopia City, then Booms, the Dash Sprite, the Superman Sprite, which can be annoying if it gets used against you, but it's whatever. All I'm gonna say is this season is by far the best of Chapter 6. But now, since I shared and walked you through some history, let me end this video off with what I wrote and my perspective of how I thought Fortnite was. This is just my perspective. It's an opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But I'm going to read it. As a Chapter 3 starter on Nintendo Switch and now PC, a lot has changed. It could personally be me, but I feel like I do not get the same experience and fun like I used to when playing a couple chapters ago. It feels like the basis is not competitive, and I've fallen into that, and that there's not a basis for good content right now. This was during the Star Wars season. I used to play every day, but due to the way I feel about the game, I only play every weekend. All I could say is we need a change. Rebooting seasons is fun for maybe 2 to 3 weeks, but we have seen it already. So I hope that Fortnite creates a unique mode if they create another one, which they just created Blizz Royale, and that was pretty unique. I'll give them that one. I hope they create one that stands out. Blizz Royale, pretty good mode so far. I hope they can improve the content side of things eventually. I hope I can get on more and be excited again how I used to. That was my comment on one of these videos. I just want to be excited, have the passion and motivation, which I am gaining now because of this excellent season. Star Wars season almost tore me down. I almost had no motivation for this game, but it's back. So Fortnite listens to its player base, so that's good. They made an excellent season. They introduced a new mode that was pretty unique called Blizz Royale, and they made a reload season that's themed around, and it's not a reboot of like Chapter 3. It's a completely new map. So Fortnite is listening to us, which is pretty nice. Fortnite may not be the same, but that can be a good thing. That can be a good thing. I hope I helped you with this video or gave you some motivation to come back and play this game again. And I hope this content was very authentic and just my experience, my thoughts, and just running through the seasons, running through it. The lowest points, the highest points, and everything in between. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you want more content like this.